If your podcast is struggling to cross that 100 download or views mark, change this one thing and I guarantee you'll find new viewers and grow your podcast. I'm Stephen Robles. I've been podcasting for over 15 years, grown multiple shows to millions of downloads, and my latest podcast that's just over a year old already crossed 300,000 downloads and over 350,000 views. And that one thing you need to change is the intro to your podcast. Podcasts are notorious for slow intros, small talk between hosts, and taking forever to get to a special guest. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to completely transform your intro and hook your viewers. Why you should be doing video because YouTube is the biggest growth source for your podcast, and how you can cross into the thousands and even tens of thousands of views. I'm going to show you how to build that awesome intro step by step, but let's look at a few examples of successful podcast intros. I love this one that has a countdown timer, has curiosity driving questions and engaging moments, plus big text of what they're saying right here at the top. You can also look at Diary of a CEO, which has engaging intros, again, big text emphasizing what they're saying, and quick cuts that help viewers stay engaged at the very beginning. I'll link to these channels down in the video description, but Colin and Samir also have a great format. They have an interview show, and their intros not only drive curiosity, but make you want to watch until you get the answers to some of the questions you hear right at the beginning. And I always go back to this intro with Jay Klaus and Jenny Hoyos. It is an amazing interview and one of the best podcast intros I have seen yet. But what makes these podcast intros so engaging? Number one, they play impactful moments from the interview or full-length episode right at the top. This shows listeners and viewers that there's something exciting waiting for them if they stay tuned in and listen to the whole episode. And keep this in mind as you think about forming your intros. What are some funny or laugh out loud moments? What are some questions that had a really great answer from your interview guests? Those are the moments you want to tease right at the beginning. There might also be some impactful quotes, something your guest or your co-host or even you said that is really deep or meaningful. Sharing that right at the top makes people want to hear the context and what it applies to, helping them stick around. And as you can see from all these videos, the first 30 seconds to a minute are pretty fast-paced. There's a lot of visual changes, there's text on screen. That's because when it comes to YouTube, which again is the fastest growing podcast platform, more people watch podcasts on YouTube than listen on any other platform. Audience retention is the name of the game. You can go to any of your videos and episodes that you upload to YouTube, and you can look at this retention graph and you see the sharpest decline is right there at the beginning, just in the first 30 seconds to a minute. So giving people a good reason to stick around right at the beginning is key to holding on to that audience and showing them that there's valuable content waiting for them. Also, when it comes to these intros, you don't want them to go super long. Don't make a 2 to 3 minute intro teasing all this stuff. Make 30 seconds, 45 at the most, and then get right into the interview. I really like this countdown timer during the intro of Mel Robbins' podcast. It lets viewers know exactly when to expect the full interview is going to start. So if they want to jump ahead, they can do that, but it's also an anticipatory visual cue to let them know the intro's coming, get ready, and now it's here. So not only do you want to share engaging moments, keep it fast-paced, but also visuals are important during this intro. With this Jay Klaus video with Jenny Hoyos, he has big text on screen emphasizing what they're saying, but there's also B-roll and visuals from her videos. He even breaks down exactly what you're going to learn in this interview, sharing a PowerPoint style slide and bullet points, and you're hearing the value that you're going to receive while you're seeing all these fun visuals, keeping people locked in. I also love these Colin and Samir intros because they emphasize what the guest is saying with text over screen. Sometimes that will overlap into B-roll of their guest and whatever they do. And this also helps because if a viewer has never heard of the guest, now they can see what makes this guest interesting and why they might want to stick around. And now we have about a minute and a half in, the full interview begins. And that's the other key point. Don't make your viewers and listeners wait to hear the full interview. I've tuned into podcasts that has 5 to 10 minutes of small talk between hosts before I hear from the special guest, which is the reason why I clicked play. Now, if you're a big show like the SmartLess podcast, celebrity-driven, big names, you can do whatever you want, and they will talk for probably 5 to 10 minutes before you ever hear the guest. But their guests are Gordon Ramsay. Now, if you're getting that level guest, people might wait a few minutes to hear from them, but in general, think about that first-time listener or viewer. Maybe they've never heard your podcast before, but they recognize the guest and they want to hear from them. Give that first-time listener or viewer reward for clicking play, meaning they hear the guest right away. That can be in the intro, so they hear those engaging quotes and then stick around, but also get to the interview quickly. Don't make them wait around with small talk or just shucking and jiving between co-hosts. So if you're new to this and maybe you've not edited a lot of video, how do you create that engaging intro? Well, that's one of the reasons why I record my video podcast on Riverside. Not only do you get the highest quality video and audio when you record, but Riverside's editing tools that are text-based, meaning you can just copy and paste words as if it were a document, and actually edit the video and audio makes creating intros like this super fast. Plus tools like the video overlay tool, image overlays, and the ability to upload your own clips, you can build these engaging intros all in the Riverside editor. So here I am in my Riverside account, and I'm going to go to my last podcast recording. Now, Riverside gives you a magic episode to start with, meaning it used AI to strip silences, filler words, and all of that, giving you a pretty clean edit right from the start. But I'm going to go to create and start a new edit so I can make my intro. Now, our podcast is very tech news based, so we're talking about headlines, big stories from the week. And so one of the things I do at the beginning when I plan and then record is actually highlight the top stories of the week right in the intro. And then I'm going to be able to add some video overlays to make that engaging. But I really want to start with an engaging moment, maybe one where I'm laughing. I know there was a moment like that in this episode. We were actually talking about spatial audio, so I can search the transcript here using the magnifying glass in the search box here, and I jumped right to that point in the recording. Here's a moment where I was laughing at something my co-host said, so I'm actually just going to select this text, and now I can click the three dots and then copy, and that's actually going to copy the video and audio from this portion, and then I can go to the very beginning and start building my intro. I'll click here, three dots, and then paste. And now I've brought that moment to the very beginning of the episode. So now that I clip that section right here, I can also change the layout because I want to focus on me and my co-host, not necessarily the screen share. So I'm going to apply my brand, which adds a nice background image, puts rounded corners on our video. And then I'm going to choose a different layout here. I'm going to go with the side by side. Then I can choose who appears on what side using the drop down, and even crop our video to make sure it's framed just right. Now, when I preview it, I'll see the clip, it's formatted properly, and there's the laugh as well. Now, I actually want to add a visual of what we're talking about here because it's a little out of context. So I'm going to upload an image to overlay during our intro. I'll go over to the images tool here on the right, click upload, and I'm uploading the image I want to use, and it will live here in my uploads until I remove it. So right here, just 1 second in, after they hear us start talking, I'm going to add that image overlay. I can expand it to fill the frame, and I only want this appearing for a second. So I'm going to drag it here on the left, and that's just going to be a second long clip. Now I can also add some background music, which is great to have at the intro of your show. So I'm going to click add music down here in the timeline, and I can choose from lots of royalty-free music. This is built into the Riverside editor. You can choose or search for different genres you'd like, but I actually uploaded our own podcast intro. So I've uploaded that, and as you can see, it stays here in the editor. And I'll put that right here at the beginning. Then I can click the three dots and adjust the volume and even the fade in and fade out. And I'll play this intro for you in a second so you can see it all put together. Now, after it shows the image, you see me laugh, then I actually go into the intro where I tell people what to expect for the rest of the episode. I'm actually going to delete this little portion of text right here because I want it to be even faster paced here at the beginning. I say the name of the show, our little tagline, Tech News That Matters. And now I want to add some video B-roll as I'm mentioning the topics to make this visually engaging. At first, we're talking about Grammarly. So I'm going to go to the video overlay tool here in the right-hand sidebar. And I'm going to search for typing because Grammarly, it's about writing. And I like this video clip right here. So I'm going to click it. You'll see it overlay right here in the timeline. I'll mute the video clip, expand it to fill the frame, and then I'll change how long this clip is, put it right here at the beginning. And now I have that B-roll once we start talking about Grammarly. Also right here at the beginning, I actually want to do a text overlay showing the name of the podcast right at the top. So I'll go to the text overlay tool here in Riverside. I'll go with the title style. There's the name of the show, and I can choose an animate out, place it anywhere I'd like in the frame. And now I have a text overlay right before my video B-roll. Let's see what that looks like. There's the text overlay, and then it goes right into the video B-roll. Now this next topic, I'm actually talking about a segment from John Oliver's show, and I want to upload a clip so I can play it here. Well, here in the uploads tool, I'm going to upload a video clip. Now that it's uploaded, I can select it. It's going to be overlaid down here. Once again, I'm going to mute it, fill the frame. So now we have that overlay. Then I've uploaded some images to overlay for the next few topics. And a new feature in Riverside is you can actually upload a static image and use AI to make it a video. So this image that I just uploaded, I'm actually going to tell it to make a video. Let's go with a zoom in look. Now I have a little video clip about the phone, but I also want to add text overlays on top of my video overlay, which you can do in Riverside. So right here, I have a title for the topic, and I can easily duplicate this, keeping my text styles and in and out animations the same. I'll click the three dots and then duplicate that, move it over here. Now I have a second title that quickly. Let me preview that. So here's the title with the headphones, video clip. I have more images I uploaded for the other topics, one from Microsoft here, and one final video clip here. And I think my intro is done. So let's preview it. We have the intro here where I'm laughing. I have an image overlay quickly, so it breaks up the visual. Then we go into the full intro where I have the title of the podcast, B-roll, and image overlays for each story that I'm mentioning. This AI generated video from my still image, more video clips with title overlays, AI generated video from an image, my title overlays, static images to other video clips. And I think we have a pretty good intro here. Now I also want to add animated captions. This way everything I'm saying is emphasized. I can do that just by going to the Captions tool here, choosing one of the styles. I'm actually going to make it one-word captions, make it a little larger. I'm going to make sure it's out of the way of any text overlays I have. So now we have those animated captions with all of our video and image overlays, video clips, AI-generated video, titles, and then we go into the full episode just 25 seconds in. Now I can export my video in up to 4K quality. I'll just go up to export here, change this to 4K, export the video, and now let me show you exactly what it looks like from Riverside.
I mean, I have a room like that too. It's actually my bathroom. It just echoes everywhere.
Welcome to Primary Technology, the show about the tech news that matters. Grammarly acquiring the email app Superhuman. John Oliver had a segment about AI slop. Nothing announced their Headphone 1 and Phone 3, their first flagship. Microsoft has some serious layoffs. Apple might be ditching its internal AI efforts, and a ton more.
Then once you have your intro and full episode edited with AI, you can create magic clips here in Riverside. That's going to find engaging moments of your content. You can choose how long you want them, who to focus on, and even type in a topic. And you can generate multiple batches of those vertical videos. Now you can share these on Instagram Reels, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts, which helps you grow your show and promote the podcast. That's been the strategy for our show, and we're already up to 2,500 subscribers here on YouTube, plus over 300,000 audio downloads. And every video you see on this channel, the full episodes, completely edited in Riverside, and every short was a magic clip. We might have put some finishing touches and then uploaded those to YouTube Shorts, Reels, and TikTok. And that's how to build an engaging intro for your podcast, which is going to make the biggest difference for growing your audience. If you have any questions, leave comments below this video. I answer those personally. And get subscribed to the channel and hit that like button, because we have lots of videos on upgrading your gear, camera, microphone, and more, even building a whole home studio. Also, if you want to learn about lighting, both 3-point lighting and how to make the most of your window if you have no budget, or the best budget lights to get, check out my video on that right up here. And if all you have is your phone, you can still create high-quality video and audio content, and I show you exactly how to do it in this video here. Thanks for watching. We can't wait to see what you create.